I love you. I believe in you.
I love you too.
And I know.
Yo, what's going on? And welcome to Vince Bracy on Air. In this edition, I had the opportunity to speak with Finesse, member of the Interstate Runners that is currently based in Arizona. He's talking about his brand new album, R.B.Y.E, right before your eyes. Enjoy the interview.
Out of the few that I ain't never have to lie on my image. I was never here for the mumble. Stay focused and humble. They say pressure turns to a diamond, so why would I crumble? I lost friends that I realized I never needed for simple reasons. Ain't looking back, man. I just guess that's what it come to. Wrote this
I got
letter to
Finesse from the Interstate Runners in the building. Finesse, what is good, man?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Greatly appreciate having you on the show, man. Happy to have you in here. And we got to hear the song, man. We got to hear the song. So once again, for everybody that is not aware, R.B.Y.E, Right Before Your Eyes by Finesse, is now available for you guys. You should be able to listen to it on all platforms by the time you listen to this interview. But yeah, very super dope intro. Like you even said in the track, that's the best way to start by the way to start a project, by having your mom give you all your flowers right up front, man. So before we even get into like who Finesse is, like how was that for you, man, to put out a project and have your mom like showing you mad love in the beginning of it?
I mean, well, to start off, like I had to find some way to put her on there because she the woman that gave me life, so I told her probably like two years back. I said, look, when I drop my first project, like I need like I want you on the project. But I just had to figure out how I was going to tie her into it because, like, she doesn't rap or do anything like that. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, like she's a motivational speaker
Oh,
and
dope.
she's also a teacher. So I was like, I gotta find something that that can tie in where you fit into like what I want to do. And she sent me like she's been sending me voicemails for like a while back because like you said, it took 10. I mean, not 10. It took 6 years. It took 6 years for me to actually release this project, man. So yeah, when she sent me this one, I was like, look, I don't need anything else. Like this right here fits. So so yeah, like having her and what she said on the voicemail just opened the whole just opened the whole platform for me to be able to do what I do and be able to just speak my truth and everything. So yeah, it worked out really good. It worked out really good.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, we wouldn't have minded if mom dropped a few bars on us too, but I think
Oh
that
no, oh, no, don't get it twisted. If she really sat down and really thought of something, trust me, she always called me and hits me up with a couple little bars after she'd heard her voicemail, and I'm like, okay, I see you, ma, I see you.
that's
But
funny.
but yeah, no, having her on that, man, that was a big play for real, for real.
Nah,
That
I
was for
agree.
real.
I agree. That's mad love to mom, obviously, for putting that on there. And I think it's a beautiful thing just in general. I teared up a little bit because if I had a message like that from my mom, it would be a different story. So that's super love. Now you already said it's been a long time coming, 6 years. So
hmm
let us know, where did Finesse come from? Where did Finesse start? How did you find your way into music, man?
All right, well, I started probably I want to say like 11 years ago because I used to live with my cousin at my grandmother's house, and he raps. Actually, his rap name now is Lil Watts. He's in Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, he used to rap with this little group he used to have back in the day when we were kids and stuff. And I was just a little beady eyed, little cousin. I was like, oh, you out here rapping, like, I want to try to put some words together. And he kind of was like, yo, just start rhyming, just simple stuff, and then you'll be able to expand on that. And then as I got older, I was working at Joe's Crab Shack with a couple of my good close homies that I'm thankful to still be friends with them now. After work, working in the restaurant business, you never really want to go home after work. So we would sit outside of Joe's Crab Shack, pull up to somebody's car, play beats out the car, and we'll just circle up and have like a little cipher and everything. And when I used to do that, my friends are going for about like I want to say like 30 seconds or something. But then when they passed it to me, the more and more we kept rapping, the more they were like, "Yo, like you could really do something." You know what I'm saying? And they rap for like 30 seconds past it, and then next thing you know, I'm in there freestyling for like 2 minutes, and I want to pass it on, but they're like, "Nah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's see what you can make out of this." And they start throwing out little words and stuff, and I just start putting things together. And at the time, you know, I thought it was just all fun and games and everything. But then I was like, all right, you know what? Let me try to take this serious. Let me try, you know, see what I could do with it. Then I ended up meeting, you know, my brother Nove at Middlesex Community College,
Hey,
and at one point he didn't even know I rap. He just be in the little comment area, just freestyling and stuff. You know, I just sit back, you know, just watch him, and you know, it amazed me. And then one day I just pulled up on him, and I was like, "Hey, check this freestyle I did." And ever since then, you know, it's been written from there. He was
dope.
like, "Yo, you know, I'm gonna get you in the studio." And lo and behold, like not even a week later, like 2 days later, he picked me up, and I didn't even know where we were going. I thought we was gonna get something to eat. And next thing you know, we pull up to the studio, and my heart racing. I'm like, man, this is the first time I've been in the studio. I'm about to record, and literally it was just one take, and the people in the studio were like, "Yo, you ever done this before?" And I'm like, not in like a little studio setting.
Practice here and there.
So yeah, just you know, just rapping with the homies and stuff. And now they are supporting me, so it's been nothing but love all the way around, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, no, like again, that's a long time coming. Shout out to Nova Soprano who came up and gave us a little dissertation about the history of y'all too and the state runners. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I'm glad that you made it to your first project as far as you guys have came from, you know, all the work that you've been doing. So what is it like now that you had the studio time? You've been doing your thing for a few years. You know, you've been on tracks, you've been featured, you put out tracks here and there. What is it like to now finally have, look, this is my work of art, this is my album, this is my project?
Man, I mean, to be honest, it was nerve wracking because like it's my first project, but like Nove said, I don't have any features.
Hmm.
Not because I didn't want to, but just when I thought about, like I said, when I thought about making it 6 years ago, all it was just me and Nove. So I already had the idea I was going to do the project, like you know, just me, and it was a super big risk, super duper big risk, but you know, like no, if you know anything from the runners, you know, we don't stand down from a challenge. So I was like, all right, you know what, like I'm all the way out here in Arizona by myself. I still want to do this project, just you know, just do a solo, just for my first one, just to get it out there. And it ended up working out really good. I just had a lot of time, you know, sit back, reflect, you know, see how I wanted to go, kind of, you know, paint the picture, you know, get a little direction to it, and then I finally actually made it happen. And it was once I knew like I had these songs done, I was like, all right, cool, you know, it's a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, and then the next thing I had to do is just get it out. So once I finally got it out, and you know, I started letting people hear little snippets and stuff I was coming up with, and I seen they liked it. I was like, all right, you know, I might be onto something with this first project, and it worked out, man. It worked out. It worked out. I feel really good, really relieved, really great behind this project. So I just can't wait for it to be on Apple Music, so a lot more people, you know, could definitely hear it and everything, cause it's really something special.
Damn right.
And of course, I had my parents on there. I had my mother that kicked it off with the voicemail. And I had my father on the last one for the Runners Freestyle. So
Okay.
having them both on there, yeah, you know, that was something major to me as well.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, that's even more love on there. Nah, that's very dope. So you even spoke about the fact that you had to get this project done, being all the way in Arizona. First off, how did you get all the way out there from Jersey? Because everybody's got a story about how they got somewhere. But also, and once you tell us how you got all the way out in Arizona, I want to know how hard it was, how difficult it might have been to get a project done with people that are recording in New Jersey.
Uh, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's super difficult because for me, like I like to, if I collaborate, I like to still be in the same studio because that's when you know you bounce off the best ideas when you're actually there with that person. So it just ended up with me having to, you know, just wait till I came home for like my birthday, you know, in August or whatever. Or I'm always home for Thanksgiving. That's my mother's favorite holiday. If I don't come home for Thanksgiving, she'll disown me. So when I came home for Thanksgiving, um, we all got together. Well, no, not that first time. The first time I came home was around my birthday. I got home the 7th. My birthday was the 8th, and I was in the studio on the 9th. And when I got there, it was the first time I ever met Zani, J45 in person. Like, you know, we traded through, you know, via text and, you know, Instagram DMs and everything. But as soon as we all met, you would have thought like we knew each other for a lifetime. It was just all love. So we got in the studio and we actually did a couple projects, a couple songs that day. And yeah, we was bouncing off ideas. And for beatboxing, the one that's actually on Apple Music right now, make sure y'all go check that one out. But for that one, I wasn't even originally supposed to have a verse. I was just gonna do a hook. But the way the beat played and how they traded bars off that, me, 4 5 and Zani, we were like, you know what, let's just run it through. No hook. Let's just run it through. Just trading bars and all of that. And yeah, it worked out. It worked out really good. And after that, like we literally just sat in the booth and we're like, man, I think we really got something right here. But for somebody, from the outside looking in, like I said, you would have thought we knew each other for like years, just off of just building that chemistry, just in the booth that one time. But that was the first time we ever met up, and to put something out like that out for the first time that we ever all met up in person, man, it was good. It was great. It was definitely great. Great feeling.
I would have never would have guessed that listening to the song beatboxing. So that's amazing in itself. And you guys credit the Interstate Runners. You work so well together. It's like so like flawless. I have no idea how it works, but like I see the magic that you guys put together. So I'm grateful that I get to witness it, man. I'm grateful that I get to.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So back to Arizona. How long you been out there?
5 years now. So I came out here in 2015. I actually wanted to come out. So I graduated in 2012. I went to University of Pittsburgh, but I went to a branch campus in Titusville, literally in the middle of nowhere. All you had was like a couple mom and pop shops, a bowling alley, and a Walmart. That was it. And I'm not gonna lie, I made a really good couple good friends out there, but I hated it from the weather to just being. I was only 6 hours away from home, but it felt like I was further from home than I am now, being in Arizona. But I got accepted into the University of Arizona when I first graduated, but I was a super duper mama's boy, and I still am. And I was like, you know what, I don't want to be too far from home because what if she need me, But then after that, I was like, you know what, like I gotta do something different for me. And when I made I made up my mind to go to the University of Arizona, I thought my mom was gonna be like, no, don't leave. But she was like, all right, I'll see you when I see you. And but when I got out here, she came out with me here when I first moved out here. She was like, yo, I done did this already. You went to school, University of Pittsburgh, but now you're in Arizona. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. And when it was time for her to leave, man, she was bawling her eyes out. And and then, but yeah, no, making that transition, I did it really for the weather, the school, and just to get a peace of mind to really be somewhere, different, and kind of force myself to step out of my shell because I was really reserved. And once I started working in the restaurant business and getting out here, I had to be able to communicate, socialize, and now I'm just like some social butterfly, being able to hold conversations, meet new people and everything. So I mean, just as far as the transition, it helped me a lot with my character as well. And yeah, actually, my boy, he's in the Stationhead right now. My boy Keith, he actually came out here with me as well, and then he's doing his thing back home in Monroe right now at Monroe College in New York.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he came out here with me for I want to say a year and a half, 2 years, and then yeah, he ended up going back home, because everybody got to follow their own dream. Not saying he followed his as well out here, but like how Pittsburgh wasn't for me, this wasn't for him. So he went back home to do his thing, and I'm proud of him too. But yeah, stepping out here, man, it really showed me a lot, and it really made me have to step up out of my comfort zone and be like, all right, you in new territory, now it's time to make it happen. So
you go. So I like that right there. Yeah, you gotta one, follow your dreams, but also understand that everybody's got their own path. So that's something that you gotta focus on. So it's good to you and your homeboy that's working on this stuff as well.
yep.
I'm curious to know, like, so again, you went to multiple colleges. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even ask what you had gone to school for. I hope it's something involving music in some way.
Oh no, honestly, I went to school for it because at first, before I even thought about, like I said, when I was just freestyling at Joe's Crab Shack, uh, I wasn't taking the music as serious as I am now. Like I was just doing it because my friends were like, "Yo, you could do it," and I was just playing around with it. So my idea, well, not my idea, my major is still physical therapy, and that was just for me, doing sports, playing football, running track, playing basketball, all of that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I get hurt. just because I feel like my ankles were just injury prone. I didn't get crossed up now, but just just from wear and tear, crossing people up, I sprain my ankle or break it or something. And I was just really fascinated how the doctors were like, oh, like it's gonna take this amount of weeks or it's gonna take a month, just a recovery time. And I'm like, man, how do y'all know that? And everything. So yeah, that kind of piqued my interest in order to be like, all right, I like physical therapy, just being able to help people, when they hurt.
Yeah.
And because some people get hurt just that one time and they give up on themselves, so yeah, that.
Knowledge need to changing lives. Also, my brother just graduated with his doctorate in physical therapy. Also, so I know
Oh, congrats to that man.
how that
Congrats to
helps
that.
people. Thank you. So yeah, so that's cool in itself. So from the talks that we had with Nova and Zani right before this interview, big compliment that they gave you was on your bars. Now we're gonna hear another song from you in a little bit, which I already love, called "Zoned Out." But I'm curious to know about like your writing process. Again, you said you started out freestyling. So what is changed for you to be able to put these thoughts into song form?
Well, I mean, what really changed for me was actually just the beat selection. Like knowing the beats that I actually want to, put on a project. Because at first, like you said, I was just freestyling, but it would just be off of, like popular songs and everything like that. But then I had to find actual beats, that weren't heard of yet, and try to make something out of that. And the process for me is really I would find a beat because I tried to, write a song before I found the beat and then try to pick a beat that fit it. And it didn't really work. I mean, for me, how I work, like, yeah, that didn't really work out for me. So I kind of had to find a beat, get like a little hook or get like a little idea. And like, I'm weird when it comes to it. I always have a better time starting off my second verse when I first find a song rather than, starting from the beginning. Like, I like to work from the back to the front, so starting off the second verse and I'm like, okay, cool. Now what can I start off the song with in order to incorporate and make that second verse sound as strong as when I first thought of it, So yeah, I think that was the hardest part for me was really picking the beat and finding the lyrics to really go with it. Like take a step back from freestyling and actually be able to put together a song. So yeah, I think that's really
Yeah, no, that's a very
super different though.
yeah,
Super different.
it's a little bit different too. It's good. Back in my rapping days, I kind of could see myself doing that at sometimes. It's like, all right, I'm gonna finish the verse like this, but then what comes before that to make it a full masterpiece. So that's very dope in itself right there. So I'm very curious. Again, the name of the album is R.B.Y.E. Right Before Your Eyes. What was the influence with coming up with this name? Is it everything that the album encompasses?
It definitely took more before the album because like I had like my friends and stuff, they would always support me, but throughout time as I would rap and like put out songs on SoundCloud and everything, they were like, yo, so when you first started, I seen this side of you, now I'm seeing the progression. And and mainly right before your eyes is I'm growing in front of the people that have been watching me, start rapping and, going from like simple flows to actually really putting bars into it to where they like, yo, rewind that. I didn't catch that the first time. So they will always tell me like, yo, you really like it getting better. Just keep going with it. Like, you could really make something out of it. And I think the growth of me really came from just finding my confidence and finding my sound. I didn't want to sound like what you hear normally now, and I didn't want to make a project where it's like, oh, I could hear this from the next person, or I've already heard something like this out. Like I wanted to make sure it was really just me, so people could really understand. Like, I started like this, but I still got a long way to go. Don't get me wrong, but I've definitely on just a growing process, and you just got to keep going no matter what, because at the end of the day, everybody is still seeing you, and they're still seeing your bar work change, your flow change, and all that. And literally, as much as they're seeing it, I'm seeing it as well, which is why right before your eyes, I feel like just really work as the first title for my project.
That's good, man. That's good. So, want to wrap up the interview because my computer's doing funny stuff again. But I do want to know, like, what do you hope that people take away from this project? Maybe people that haven't listened to your stuff before, people that haven't seen the growth and stuff. And that's also amazing that people can recognize the growth, because I feel like that's the biggest thing that lets you know that you're on the right path, that you should be doing what you're doing, and that
Mhm.
you have potential to grow even more. So for people that have never even seen Finesse before, when they put this on for the first time, what is something that you want them to take away from this project?
I just want them to be able to take away that it's something that they can relate to, especially when you actually hear it and listen to it. Like Zoned Out is really more than just like a song to me, because it's really something you could vibe with. I feel like you could play that wherever. You hanging out with your girl. You sitting around just chilling. You going on for like a little late night drive. You waking up in the morning. Because it's really something like, so the hook goes, I need to get out my zone, get this out of my system. And I really did that because, like I said, I came out here and I really need to get out of like my comfort zone and just get like everything that I'm doing and going through out of my system. And then it goes on and says that, like, I like to be left alone, don't hang around too many niggas. Because like for me, I'm like, I have friends, don't get me wrong, but I'm still like a super duper homebody. Like I really like to chill, like be on my own just to, I feel like that's when I really get, most of my good, like, thoughts, ideas out, and I don't have like a lot of, background noise. I could just bounce ideas off the wall to myself. And I feel like, that really works for me. And then but the project as a whole, man, it's definitely, like Zani said, it's definitely a vibe and it's definitely something different. But I think a lot of people are gonna be able to relate and pick out bits and pieces, especially when you listen to it from each track. That they like, oh, I could relate with that bar. I like how he did that. I could see why he did it like that. Because it's very relatable. It's very relatable, but it doesn't sound like everything you hear today, which is why I like it a lot as well.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, that's definitely my joint off the project so far. I haven't listened to the second half of it yet, but I'm looking forward to getting into it again. Brand new project, R.B.Y.E, Right Before Your Eyes by Finesse of the Interstate Runners is out. Is officially here for you guys. I wanted to know before we finish up, like, what any advice that you might have for the up and coming Finesse, somebody that might have taking a stab at the rap game and is not necessarily has the confidence or the circle around themselves to say, hey, look, you can do this. Any advice for maybe a past version of yourself?
I like how you ended that question off, the past version of myself. Don't give up, man. Because for me, like I was always confident in myself that I could do it, but it was just more so having that confidence from other people telling me that, like look, you doing good with this, because like I said, it took me 6 years. It's been times where I was like, yo, is this really something I want to do? Like, should I just give up? Like, why is this taking so long? But just have trust in the process, like for real, because it's not gonna take a week. It's not gonna take a month. It's gonna take some years, especially when you really want to work on your craft and
Six.
really really get behind it. Yeah, or six for real, for real. I'm just glad I stopped. I'm glad I kept it six. It could have took longer than this, but I'm glad six was there. It took me 6 years, but yeah, definitely. Just stick to your process. If you really think you could do it, without, even if you don't have any help or any supporters behind you. But as long as you really believe, and I'm like, for real, as long as you really believe you could do it, stick with it. Stick with it, no matter how long it takes, because billionaires don't happen overnight, millionaires don't happen overnight, and it don't happen when they want it to happen. They end up 30 and they wanted to be there like 25 or maybe even 21. They had that idea and that patent, but they didn't really start seeing the money until they turned like 30. So yeah, definitely just stick with the process, man. Just saddle up, go along for the ride, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for real.
Real facts, real facts. He's speaking right there. Yeah, I always tell people, like, if you really about something, if you're really about that life when it comes to whatever goal you were trying to achieve, expect 10 years. Expect it to take at least 10. You know what I'm saying? And if you're willing to wait the 10 years for it, that means you really want it and you really, gonna work for it. So I appreciate
Oh yeah.
You took the time. You took the time to build up your craft, and now look, we here. So it's
Yeah.
only who knows how long, who knows how many steps it's gonna take to get to the next one. But you did it before, so you know you could do it again. That's the biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
So Finesse, man, I appreciate you for taking the time. For being a part of the show. Definitely want you to shout out where people can find you on your socials and stuff like that.
You can find me on Instagram, Finesse94. You can find me on Twitter, Finesse Season. That's Finesse with a Y. Season SZN. SoundCloud, you can find me at Finesse as well. Yeah. But nah, honestly, thank you for having me.
No doubt.
For real, I appreciate it.
So you already gave us like a brief synopsis to Zoned Out, but I want to know if you could just intro the song for us so we can get that on.
Okay, absolutely. So this is the second track off the album. It's only on Spotify right now. We working with DistroKid to get it on iTunes. So it'll definitely be there soon within the next upcoming week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, second track, Zoned Out, one of my favorite ones off it. It's really a vibe. Just sit back, listen to it, and yeah, you can relate. You can relate for sure.
Let's get it, Finesse. I appreciate your time once again, man.
Thank you.
Thank you again for listening to Vince Bracy on Air. You can catch my show every Tuesday at 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Stationhead. As always, I'm sending you out with peace, positivity. Remember to get to the bag and always follow your dreams.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah. Look, said I need to get in my zone, get this shit out of my system. Said I like to be left alone, don't hang around too many niggas. Said my sights is set on the throne, I ain't really worried about bitches. I'm up nights, me all alone, practicing paying these scriptures. Said I got a plan to be bigger, got a dream and I know what it takes. On the stoop I be talking to Nas, said I wanna be one of the greatest. I look up with my faith in the God, know he gon' show me light on the way. They not living what they advertise, many try but ain't got what it takes. They always try to tell me they real, but for real I see right through the fake. They always try to tell me it's love, but behind me I know that it's hate. They always try to, wait, alright, keep going. Told the family to think of this dream. Close your eyes, it ain't what it seems. Now imagine everybody pick a destination just to go on a vacation. No time for waiting, packing light, no reservation. Doing shit with no hesitation. And while we in the mode of relaxation, I'm just seeing how far I take it. I made a promise, I said if they stay down, we gon' shine even when it's shady. Yeah, they try to throw limits, be all in the business, but watch how quickly I eliminate them. Be the topic they talking about.